Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Episode 36 again deals with norms and exceptions. And today we will see one instance from the life history of Adi Shankaracharya. All of us know when this avatara took place, the lifespan given to Shankara was very short, just 8 years. When this was informed to his mother Aryamba, she was very upset, natural to any mother. She wanted Bhagavad-pada to get married, settle in life and be of help to him. Whereas Bhagavad-pada had other plans. He had renounced to life and wanted to take to sannyasam. And this shocked his mother. And therefore, all of us are aware of the crocodile incident. So, when he was bathing in the river, a crocodile caught his feet and was trying to swallow Shankara slowly. And it is at this point, virtually, Shankara extracted a promise from his mother, said, "You now have an option. Allow me to die. Let the crocodile consume me, or agree that I can become a sannyasi. The crocodile will leave me out." And because of the extraordinary circumstances, his mother conceded to the wish of Adi Shankara for him to become a sannyasi, and the crocodile left his feet. But at that time, his mother extracted yet another promise. She said that you should be by my side at the time of my death and you should perform my rites. Shankara thought that his mother will be taken care of by his relatives because his father had left some wealth and resources which should sustain her and we should enable the relatives to take it at a later point of time and be of use to her. When her mother was in her dying moments, Shankara was in Shringeri, and because of his yogic powers, understood that she is in her last moments. And there is a siddhi called the Paduka Siddhi, which he employed. A Paduka Siddhi enables through yogic powers to travel any distance at the shortest point of time. By sheer thought, one can be in the place where they desire. Shankara invoked that siddhi and was by the side of his mother. The promise given to her that he will be by his side got fulfilled. When her mother died, Aryamba expired. Her cremation had to take place and none of the relatives came forward to do any help. So Shankara was left alone to handle her cremation. Forced Shankara to do the cremation. Now, the doubt or the question that is often raised as a matter of debate is, being a sannyasi, how did he perform the last rites of his mother in the Purvashrama? Acharyal clarifies this with the following concepts. Number 1, Shankara became a sannyasi subject to the condition by his mother that you shall be by my side, perform the rites. So it was a fulfillment of a promise to one's own mother in the Purvashrama. 2, did Shankara do this cremation with attachment? 3, did Shankara do this with any motive or purpose? Therefore, Shankara, a detached, blissful soul, a jnani, a Jivan Mukta. This is exactly what Acharyal says. Rules, vices or virtue punya or papa, good or bad, is applicable only to normal human beings who are not muktas, who are not jnanis, who need to tread the path of dharma to reach the spot of enlightenment. None of these injunctions, none of these rules apply to a jnani. None of them apply to one who is a realized soul. Because once somebody gets to the state of liberation, freedom, or realization, there is no attachment. There is no longing or a panging to do something. Everything is discharged, if at all, as an obligation or a duty towards society or towards people. Therefore, when there is no attachment imparted to an action or a conduct, nothing matters. This was the theme conveyed through this episode of Shankara Bhagavad-pada. Acharyal also cites one more example. An enlightened soul and an unenlightened soul both were walking together. It was a hot sunny day and both felt or became thirsty at some point of time. They could not get water anywhere. They just found out a toddy shop. The enlightened soul just took the toddy because it could quench his thirst. The unenlightened saw this. Here is somebody, an enlightened soul, taking toddy, so why not I also take toddy? So he also took toddy. After a while, they kept walking again, and again they became thirsty. This time, they were near a factory which was melting iron. The enlightened took a cup of melted iron in a liquid state and drank it to quench his thirst. The unenlightened could not do it. When the enlightened asked the unenlightened, why don't you drink a cup of molten liquid of metal? He said, no, I can't. It will burn me out. Then the enlightened said, go and cleanse yourself, for the cup of toddy you had taken few minutes before. This is the difference between a Jivan Mukta and ordinary mortals. Nothing affects or interferes them. Therefore, let's recollect. Sastras prescribe the do's and the don'ts. Shastras prescribe the exceptions which need to be resorted in defined circumstances. Shastras also throw out episodes and instances which are indeed extraordinary, which can be resorted to only by avataras, which can be resorted to only by jnanis and Jivan Mukthas, and should never be attempted by ordinary human beings like us. We cannot cite the third category as an example to say, let me also attempt whatever as I think is exceptional and commit a sin or a papa in the process. The third constituted exceptions do not apply to ordinary human beings. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.